there, and welcome back to our podcast, Who Knows?
Who knows what we're going to talk about today?
Well, how are you doing?
Let's just say the moon is kicking my booty. It's an intense moon.
Supermoon.
Yep. And I'm very sensitive to energies, specifically the moons.
Moons?
Yeah, the moon's energy.
Oh, the moons. I thought, how many moons
Multiple.
have we got?
So I've barely slept the past 2 days. It's been very emotional, but we're surviving. It's meant to happen.
Yeah, we can't really do anything about the moon.
I've also sprained my ankle and my knee, so it hurts to walk. Everything's just kind of off, but I've gone through much, much worse, so it's cakewalk. A very limpy, tired cakewalk, but cakewalk nonetheless. How are you?
I'm good, actually. It's I feel it's kind of a roller coaster ride, because it's not exactly every other day, but I just finished my newsletter and the title or the headline was exhausted and excited, and that's the way I feel. And I'm just letting it be like that, because I can't really do anything else. And when I have a day where I haven't got a lot of energy and I just feel tired and not really knowing why, I've been sleeping good, I've been eating good, I've been working out, but I'm just tired. And I think there's so much going on in the world, so luckily I can take care of myself. And if that happens, or when that happens, I look at it and take care of it. But it is kind of frustrating sometimes, but today it's good.
Yeah.
Excited and full of energy and just rolling. I did have a power nap earlier though, which helps. I love having the half an hour power naps.
See, I can't do that because I already struggle with falling asleep at night. I feel like if I had a nap, I would just not sleep at all. Cause
in the evening, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's such a weird thing, sleeping with me, because like you remember when I had like my whole sleeping thing turned upside down? Like I would sleep all day and then be awake all night. And I remember just being completely tired during the day and just forcing myself to stay awake so I would be able to sleep at night. But then as soon as night came, I would just have energy again. And sleep is so weird. But that's not the topic of today.
No, it's not. But I just want to say before we go into the topic that you picked, that is super, super common with teenagers. Yeah. 100%. Most teenagers turn into night owls.
No, I mean, it's also because the way our brains are processing and growing, we do need more sleep than the average person. Yeah. But we also need to sleep later and wake up later. Like, that's why I think that the school system is so fucked for making us wake up at 6 a.m. Yeah. Because that's, like, we're not ready for that.
No, that is fine when you start your first grade and everything and you're 7 or whatever you are then. But as soon as you become teenager, they should change. And then you start school maybe at 11 and go till 5 or something. Yeah.
2 p.m.
Yeah, but that's a different topic, isn't it? So you wanted us to talk about music today.
Yeah, because to me, music is an incredibly important thing. I've always said that if music didn't exist, I'd probably be in an insane asylum because I'd go psychotic. Music has... And I feel like it helps so many people, too, because it's music kind of speaks to a different part of you, I feel. Like, it's not... It does speak to your mind and your heart, but it also speaks to your soul, which is fascinating to me. And it's also interesting how different kinds of music can actually, like, physically change you, and depending on what you listen to, there's so many things about music that I find fascinating. So yeah.
Yeah, well, there's no wonder they call it sound healing.
Yeah.
You can actually, I mean, they in the hospitals they work with sound healing,
Yeah,
and
there's
you can clean diamonds with sound.
yeah, and there's some type of brain surgery that you're kind of awake for the brain surgery, and like you're numb in the head, if that makes sense, but like you're conscious at the same time, and they make you play, if you do play an instrument, they make you play that instrument to see if like you're connected in some way. I don't know, but I've seen it. Everything I say nowadays, you don't believe.
No, but it's only because you have come up with some stuff to me and Dad, and we're just looking at each other.
So what
No.
if it's true or not? Just let me have fun.
Yes, but sometimes you say things that like they are true, and that this
To
is
me,
information.
they are. And they probably are.
They
Because
might
who's
be.
to say what's right or wrong?
Well, there are certain things that are true and not true. I feel anyway.
I disagree. Anyway.
Anyway, back to music. Where's the happy music?
No, I mean, it's also, music is, for me, if I have just newly met someone, and I this is always one of my first questions, like, what's your music taste? Because that tells me everything about them. Or not everything, but it tells me a lot about what kind of person they are, depending on what kind of music they listen to. Because if they listen to, like, I don't know, like gangsta rap and like shooting up and having sex and getting money and all these things, then I'm like, okay, well, you're probably insecure, you know? But if you listen to classical music and like without any lyrics and it's just instruments, then you're probably a very emotional person, you know? It's I mean, that just might be my psychoanalyzing side of brain that does
So
that.
if you meet a person that listens to all types of music, what does that tell you?
Okay, so as a person,
Is that like schizophrenia?
as
or
a
no?
as a person who listens to all kinds of music myself, like there are so many people who say, oh yeah, I listen to everything, and then they listen to like 4 kinds of genres and not actually everything. I genuinely do think that I can listen to everything and enjoy it in some way, because
You can actually enjoy all kinds of music.
like it's
That I doubt very much.
okay, first I need to clarify what enjoy means.
Yes.
Because when I say enjoy, I mean more kind of appreciate. Cause
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Because even though it might not be my kind of music, I can fully sit there and listen to it and be like, this is someone's art, you know?
Yeah,
I can
I
fully...
was just going to say it's still art.
Yeah, I can fully appreciate their music and understand why certain people would listen to this on a regular basis. Even though it might not be for me, I can appreciate it, you know? So that's what I mean by enjoy. But I listen to all kinds of things. Like if you put my playlist on shuffle, it's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So if someone says, "Oh, I listen to everything," then it's kind of a challenge for me, because I'm like, okay, let me play some of my music and see if you actually listen to this, or like if you actually enjoy this, and if what you're saying is true, that you do listen to everything, because I have some very out of the box kind of music that very few people that I know or I have met listen to. So
Yeah, but is it different? I feel when people say I listen to everything, and it's the same with you. You don't listen to everything, but you can appreciate everything.
Yeah.
So, and I think that goes for me as well. I don't listen to everything, and I can't appreciate everything
No.
either.
I
No, I
was just about to
cannot.
say, if you say you
No,
do, I'm going to call you
no,
out.
no, no,
Because if I
no,
put some jazz on right now,
no, I can't. I don't know what it is. And here in Bali, there's a lot of jazz. There's like jazz festival and jazz. And for me, maybe it is because I don't understand it, or because it's quite intellectual music, I think.
yeah, jazz.
So it just feels like elevator music and really messy sometimes.
Yeah, jazz, it's for me it's a fine line between what is
Is this,
this
yeah.
to oh, this is actually really beautiful.
Yeah, some I can.
Yeah.
If you take, I think, Melody Gardot, for example, which is absolutely beautiful because her voice and everything, but that's kind of a soft jazz and she sings.
Yeah.
That I love, but the jazz where there's no vocals,
That's just elevator
oh,
music. That
and
is
it's so messy. Yeah, I can't. I'm not a fan of jazz.
yeah.
So going back to, yeah, I
But
cannot appreciate all music.
but for example, 2 days ago, when it was the first day of the full moon, me and a friend, because the full moon, I feel it kind of affects everyone, but
Yeah.
certain people more and certain people less. But me and this friend, we were texting and we were like, I'm wide awake and it was midnight. There was no chance I was gonna fall asleep at all. And he was the same, and so I was just like, do you want to like go to the beach and like, I don't know, dance off some energy or something?
Did you?
Yeah, we did. And we went to the beach. And when we arrived at the beach, he said something to me that is like one of my favorite things to hear from someone, is that you have all control of music for tonight. And that is like such a like
Thank
gift,
you.
because I can enjoy other people's music 100%. Like, most of the time when I do hang out with friends, I let them take the lead because I just kind of enjoy stepping out of what I listen to and just seeing what there is, you know? But this friend's taste in music is interesting. So it like his music, I need to be in a very specific mindset to fully enjoy it. So whenever we hang out, we always play music, and I always end up taking over anyway because I'm like, no.
Well, does he like yours though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But this time, because it was a full moon, and I don't know, it felt like special. I started playing my kind of very native Nordic, like very spiritual type music, I guess. And first I put on like my really heavy native music, and so we just danced off a bunch of energy, and then eventually we felt that we've danced enough off, and we just sat down on these tanning beds. And then I completely changed the vibe of the music, and I started putting on some of my more like meditative type of music. And there was this one song that's 7 minutes long, and it's basically just the same mantra over and over again, but with kind of like a rhythm and a beat. And it's 7 minutes long, and I told him, like, listen, if it gets too much, because it can get overwhelming, just let me know. But if you are able to push through and listen to this whole thing, it's a religious experience, you know? And he brought his speaker with him, so it was like really good sound, and I put this song on, and I looked over, and he's just closed his eyes, and he's like in a different world, and I'm just like staring straight up at the full moon, not like, I'm not cutting eye contact with the moon, I'm just fully like zoned into the moon, and I started like seeing all these things in the moon, and it's like, it's amazing how music can really enhance a moment like that, because without the music, that moment would have be anything, you know? But with the music, it turned into this like incredible like experience. Like he went through basically a whole spiritual awakening through that song, and I was seeing things in the moon, and it's like, it's fascinating. Like music has always been so fascinating, and I'm going on a bit of a rant because I just love music so much.
So do I.
But I'm someone who loves people watching. Like, just, like, it sounds creepy, but just looking at people and seeing how they are, seeing the way they move and think and feel and all these things, it's fascinating to me. And so, especially in clubs and when there is music, that's when I love it the most. Because then people, especially when people are dancing, they kind of lose themselves in the music, or they're very up in their head and like not fully in it. But watching people like fully let go of themselves and get taken over by the music is so beautiful. It's amazing, because it doesn't matter how stupid you look while dancing, but just the fact that you fully let yourself go and let the music take over, it makes these movements, these stupid funny movements, look beautiful. You know, I don't know, music is so, it's so powerful, and it's something I'm so passionate about. I adore music.
I think you should start singing again, because you have a
I
good
do
voice.
sing.
Yeah, but not to. You don't only sing when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Share.
No.
No. Funny. It's interesting with music as well, and how the body reacts, because if you listen to really, really loud music that you love.
Bass.
No, but I wasn't going to say
Okay,
that.
sorry.
That is so loud. For example, if you go to a concert before, some bands, they played so loud that, you know, normally your ears, you know, you hurt your ears, but because you love the music,
It doesn't matter.
No, the ears are fine. But if you listen to another type of music which you don't like, same volume, you hurt your ears. So that's fun, isn't it? You can, yeah.
I saw this video that was, like, I think it was early 90s or something, at rave festivals. They had these big speakers that you could basically climb into. So, because at rave festivals and at concerts, you want to get close to the speakers because you want to feel that bass and that power and everything like that. So, it was so interesting seeing these speakers that you could crawl into.
Wow.
Basically, and just imagine being like in a little box and hearing that amount of bass and just yeah
that feels in the stomach.
Bass
Boom, boom,
has
boom.
always been a very interesting one for me, because for me bass can feel incredible, or it can make me want to die.
Yeah, depending on the music.
No,
No,
it doesn't depend on the music. I could love the music, but I don't know, sometimes
the space you're in your head.
No, it's not even that. Like, it's just sometimes it just hits wrong. It's like it makes me feel like my intestines are vibrating in different positions where they shouldn't be.
Oh.
And then I can feel really sick. I think it comes from I think when I was a kid, we were at San Juan in Sabanillas, and they had a like concert going on, and we were on our way home, I think, and we had to pass through the crowd of this concert to get to our car. And crowds already make me anxious.
Yeah.
And I think also hearing that loud volume with the bass and like feeling that in my stomach while also being anxious in a crowd kind of...
Not a good combo.
No, I think so. I think that's kind of just lingering in me when I do hear loud bass. But yeah, music is amazing.
For sure. So I'm going to ask you the question that I've asked a lot of people, and you're going to go, oh my God, I've heard this question so many times. But you're going to have to. If you were on a desert island... Now she's going, oh no, you should see it.
This question.
And you could only bring
life.
3 records or albums to listen to for the rest of your life.
3.
3. I know mine because I've been really contemplating, because this is such a difficult question if you're a music lover, to pick only three, because for me it needs to be music that I know I will never ever get tired of, because after a while, you when you were little and you wanted to play the same music, and I thought, God, I hope she taps into something else soon, because you ruin music for me, when you just listen to the same. Now you don't do that anymore, but I know there's very few types of music, or albums actually, that I feel like I'm never gonna get tired of this. It can just go.
I'm bad with names, so I can't name exactly what albums, like the names of the albums, but I can just tell you what artists, basically. The first one that came to mind was a Billie Eilish album, because she hits a part of me that no one else seems to be able to.
Yeah, with her lyrics and...
Yeah. The other one would be Eminem, just because I've listened to him for so long and I still love his music so much. Like, I don't think I would get sick of his music. And the third one, I'm kind of either in between like one of my native ones or one of my like hardcore, almost screamo type music, because I'm trying to think, like, if I was on a desert island, I need this music to hit different emotions.
Yeah.
So that if I'm sad, okay, I have something to listen to. If I'm happy, I have this. If I'm mad, I have this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I either one of my natives or either Ghost Main, which is like very...
But if you're sad and want to be picked up...
Oh, no. When I'm sad, I want to stay sad.
Oh, okay.
When I'm sad, I let myself feel sad.
But don't you ever feel, though, that you're kind of in a, grey mode or whatever in your mind or your heart, and you want to lift yourself?
Oh, in those cases, it's so easy.
Yeah, isn't it?
Because I don't need music. I'll just be like, stop being sad.
Okay, for me, music
I'll
helps.
just kind of bully myself out of being it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just come on, just get up.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean...
Yeah, they're very different, right?
Yeah. What would yours be?
Well, number one, for sure, it would be an album full of mantras.
Yeah.
Because mantras... I need mantras in my life. We play them almost every morning.
Yeah.
I never get tired. There's a sound vibration in the Sanskrit words that are absolutely hitting a chord in me, and has done for, 20 years now. Then it would be a reggae album.
Reggae.
For sure.
Damn.
Oh, I love it, and I never get tired of it. It's just, that's also...
Yeah, but that's the thing.
It makes me happy. I can vibe. I can dance. I love it.
But that's the thing that I find interesting about this question, is because, yes, you can love a genre.
Yeah.
But to listen to, like, an album has, like, what, 15 songs? 10?
Max, yeah. Yeah, not even, yeah.
Listening to those 10 songs on repeat, like, yes, you can listen to a whole genre on repeat, but you have to think that this is just an album.
Yeah. No, but I can pick one. I can do that with mantras. I can do that with reggae, and I also would pick something in the genre of R&B, funk, soul, which would probably be Stevie Wonder, I think.
I knew you were gonna say him.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, something around that, because that also is just like, I love it so much. So yeah, that's let's give us your three, because this is tricky and it's fun to figure out as well, because we've had this question around our dinner table so many times when we've had friends or family over, and more questions as well.
I've heard this my entire life.
Yeah, but it's fun though, because people go like, oh, just because three is not a lot. But you have to kind of narrow it down to genre first, and then, okay, which album? So in reggae, it would probably be Bob Marley.
Yeah,
because he's just the king. And the boss there, I think. And equally so with Stevie Wonder, So, yeah. Funny, funny, funny. Now you're sitting, I can see you
not
thinking. It's like,
because
I've changed my mind
No,
now.
I haven't changed my mind. I'm thinking about yours,
Yeah.
and because to me, both reggae and R&B are not the same, obviously, but they have
The
a
soul.
similar type of vibe.
It's soul. Yeah.
And if you only have 3 albums and
Yeah.
2 of them are very similar in energy, I feel like that's a waste.
No, but they're not similar though, because reggae, nothing else sounds like reggae.
No, but they have the same kind of flow.
Well, not for me. Not for me. Well, that's my choice anyway. If you would have asked me
Fascinating.
when I was your age,
You're
I
like
would.
heavy metal.
Well, I was well when I was 18. I was kind of getting, but I was such a hard rocker when I was 15, 14, 15, 16. I was listening to Black Sabbath, AC/DC, Iron Maiden, all these really, yeah.
Which is because we did a thing which I missed doing actually a few months
Oh
ago.
yeah.
That was it every day or
Every day.
every day we would kind of do like a ring around the rosy with picking music for each other to listen to, me, you, and
One
Dad.
song. Yeah.
Yeah. And it would be a song that either we would want the other person to experience or that we think they would like it, or just sharing each other's interest in music
Yeah.
every day. And I remember one of the first songs you sent me was an Iron Maiden song, and
Yeah.
I was like, who is this person? This is not my mom, because my mom, like,
And I know the lyrics. And
like
yeah.
I've grown up with like this hippie spiritual mantra yogi type mom, and hearing like Iron Maiden come from her, I'm
Yeah.
like, who is this? You know?
There's so much power in hard rock or heavy
Oh
metal.
yeah.
I can still, when I meet my girlfriends from that time, we can still, if we have an evening, we're like, shall we listen to some? And we just put a few
Yeah.
on, and it's memories, it's energy, it's fun. But these days I never put it on. It's too hard, it's too...
But you know what I love about like metal music is that so many people say it's demonic and
Doesn't
evil
have to
and it's
be.
satanic.
No.
But the thing is, I've seen so many videos of this. Someone saying, "Oh, heavy metal, it's so demonic and Satan's
doesn't have to
music."
be at all.
And then they play a heavy metal song, and the lyrics are like, "Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza." Like, it's and heavy metal or just any kind of metal people, they are the sweetest people. Like
Yeah.
they look
I mean, look
scary.
at Metallica, for example. They were probably the last band I before I stepped. Metallica, they're my age, I think. And they're huge.
I thought they were older.
Well, maybe they are. Anyway, yeah, so... But you're right. Maybe I should have a record or an album with me to the desert island that has a little bit more, power or fire. But I don't feel it anymore. I'm pretty chill these days.
Oh, I do. Put
Yeah.
some Ghostman on.
No, but you're in a different age. It's funny how music leaves you like that.
Yeah, and you can say what you were gonna say. I keep
No, go.
interrupting. No, because sometimes, because I've had times in my life where I've gone months and felt like horrible and depressed and all these things, and in that time you listen to specific kind of music that you relate to and feel like speak to you when you are in that state. And now being able to listen to that music again and being able to like smile and laugh at that music is such a incredible feeling, like, because for me at least, when I've had like there are specific songs that have really carried me through the horrible times, and listening to them now that I'm out of those dark times and being able to feel what I felt when like I was in that time, but like feeling it's hard to explain, but it's such a beautiful feeling. It's really incredible. Like, I know a lot of people that like they'll have dark times and listen to music or connect certain songs to certain people, and then they're not friends with those people anymore, and then those songs are ruined for them. But for me, with music that I have had with me through dark times and listening to it now, it's fascinatingly beautiful, because it's like there's so much emotion that's in that song for me now.
And also I feel that when you listen to that and kind of look back, you know that you have grown and healed from that period.
No, exactly.
So it's a different point of view as well. You can just look back. It's kind of a sound memory almost. That, you know, it's music is amazing. And it's funny because going to concerts and having music in my life has been such a big part, but because you grew up in Spain and now in Bali, there's no concerts around.
No, I've never been to a concert.
Not a big one, not a stadium one, but I'm not sure if you would enjoy it though, because you don't like the crowds. But it's a different vibe going to a big concert, because the energy to be with people that are just there for one purpose, and everybody is in a happy state.
No, one of the biggest things on my bucket list is to go to a concert. The thing is, it fully depends on the artist. Because I've seen videos of specific artists and how their concerts are, and some concerts then kind of everyone's not fully having a good time because it's so crowded and everyone's just pushing against each other, and it's just, you can't enjoy it if you're just being mushed, you know. But
no, I've fainted more than once in concerts.
Yeah, and that's like, that's not enjoyable.
Because I'm claustrophobic and I wanted to come right up to the edge. Yeah, that's not good. It's a bad idea.
Crazy lady.
Yes.
No, but also different artists have different fan bases. That, like, if, for example, the person I want to see most in concert is Billie Eilish, and she has such a connection with her fan base that if she says, hey, we're going to take it easy, everyone's going to respect that and be like, okay. Because in her concerts, everyone, including her, become one, basically. And it's fascinating to see. But yeah, I've never actually thought that I wouldn't enjoy a concert because of that. But now you've said that. No,
but you can go to a concert not standing 10 meters from the stage and just being, you can buy seats on the side, which you actually have a seat, so you can sit down or stand up.
I'm not sitting down.
No, but normally people don't sit. Well, depending on the concert, of course. But you have a seat, but you stand up all the time anyway. No, concerts are so fascinating, and actually without them, I would probably never been a Tina Turner fan. Bless her soul, she just passed a month ago. And because friends dragged me to a Tina Turner concert, and I was like, no, come on, she's a grandma.
Isn't it funny how those moments where you're so like, no, I don't want to do it, but you're forced to do it, always usually end up as incredible experiences.
And the same with the Eagles. I was like, no, that's like my dad's type of music. I'm not going to go and listen to some old man. And then I went, and my mind was blown away. It was amazing. So yeah, concerts, I find is, I love them and I miss them. But living in Bali, that's not going to happen anytime soon. But I think
they do have a lot of concerts here in Uluwatu, though.
But it's not like stadium ones. But in Jakarta, I'm gonna check a little bit more, because it would be fun for you to go. Yeah. I would love to go together on your first one.
It's either Singapore or Jakarta that are the closest ones.
Yeah. Music, 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 tra la 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 la.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it is, it is. And do you see that the music that has been coming out after now the pandemic, is it different? Is it the lyrics, and because I haven't really tapped into.
I don't listen to a lot of mainstream music, so I'm not 100% sure. I would assume so because I feel like it was a very emotional reset for the world.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of mainstream music, it's all the same. It's all just like, yeah, bitches, money, guns, sex. And
No, that's the rap genre.
no, I mean, if you listen to most mainstream songs, like obviously different vibe, but if you listen to the lyrics, it's either one of those things.
What happened with the love?
Yeah, but the air quotes love songs nowadays are mostly surrounded by sex.
Oh, I see.
Like it's not really love that much anymore. It's just like, let me take you to bed and we can have a good night and I'll bring the champagne and we'll not fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, the romance has kind of slightly died in the mainstream music, I feel.
Yeah.
But in the underground artists, they still got it. They know how to do it.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good topic. I thought, well, we're going to talk about music when you said it. And
yeah, because when I said it, you were
easy.
like, "Oh, you can't talk about music for 45 minutes." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I could talk about it for hours."
No, it's true. It's true. It's sound, isn't it? It's so fascinating with sound and how it can destroy us as well. It's actually one of the torture methods they use sometimes. They put headphones on and just blast babies crying. Well, that's not music though, but it's sound. No, it's true. It's very...
Just a dentist drill.
Yeah.
In your head.
Yeah. Well, this has got nothing to do with music, of course.
No, but sound.
Before, you listened to some quite a lot of classical music. Do you do that still at all? You had your face there for classical music.
Yeah. Because it was a very emotional time for me back then, and I feel like classical music kind of made me be able to express that or like feel seen in a different way. And yeah, no, I don't listen to much classical music anymore, but I do sometimes go back to that time in my life, and I do listen to, like, because Spotify makes like, oh, your top 2019, your top 2020 playlist and things like that, so I'll go on those playlists sometimes and just listen to, yeah, like Eric Satie and all those. Eric Satie was my favorite for sure. His song, I'm gonna really like butcher this pronunciation, but Gymnopédière,
Okay.
I think. Number one is, that one has a very specific place in me, because every time I listen to it, it just, the sound of the piano makes you reminisce. Like it's, I don't know, it's fascinating.
Piano is your favorite classical?
Yeah, because piano hits such a specific part of me.
Isn't that interesting? Why is certain instrument, they just zone with you or vibe with you in a way
some
that...
people it's violin, some people
for me it's cello. Oh,
interesting.
It's just, I love cello so much.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never really connected with the strings.
I used to play the piano, so I love the piano as well. But to listen to the cello...
You played piano?
For 5 years I took lessons.
What?
Yeah, I played really good.
How come you didn't touch my piano when I had one?
Because I've forgotten how to.
But you
If
didn't
you don't
even,
use
you
it,
didn't
you
even
lose it.
think about touching it.
No, because I have to kind of almost start from the beginning. No, I took lessons from the age of 10 to 15
Oh,
every
then it's
week.
long gone. Never mind.
Yeah, long gone.
I thought it was like, yeah, when I
No,
was
I
in
played really
college.
good. Mom and Dad made me play when we had guests at home and everything.
Oh, God.
I know. No, then Mom and Dad got divorced and Dad sold my piano, so maybe that was. and I.
That was such a. Yeah, I was a kid. I was amazing at piano for 5 years, and then divorce, and he sold it. Like
Yeah,
it was such a immediately like, okay, that's where the joy stopped.
I kind of stopped as well because I
fair.
got more interested in boys than the piano. 15. So yeah, that was the end of playing piano. But no, I remember how fun it was to be able to actually read music, and play what was on the paper, and then. No, I could play even with my eyes tied. That was a trick that my dad, he got a bit drunk and he, tied a bandana around my eyes and I played anyway.
I feel like that's people make that a very big deal, but
it's not.
No, it's not. If I wear an eye cover and I play the ukulele, I can play the same.
Yeah,
it's just muscle memory.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But people
are like, but Dad thought it was amazing.
God. Like,
yeah,
I think it's just a visual aid for the public.
Yeah, you look at yeah. I remember we did that I can't remember how old I was. Anyway. So that's it, guys. Music. Please, I would love to hear your 3 albums that you would bring to Desert Island.
Yeah, that's a fascinating question.
That you need to listen to for the rest of your life.
We don't need to listen to, but if you want to listen to music, you're forced to listen to these.
No, but it's just a metaphorical question, right? It's not something, it's not going to happen.
Well, you don't know.
Who would have even something to play it on a desert island?
A phone. No. We're not in the 80s anymore.
No.
There's phones.
And electricity on a desert island. Deserted island.
Well.
Deserted?
Desert island.
So, we need to finish off here. So thank you guys for listening. And see you next week, or listening, or come back next week.
Come to Substack.
Come over to Substack. We're going to carry on a little bit longer there with some music fun.
Toodaloo.
Lots of love. Ciao, ciao.